From the mud to the rise, yeah, we built it on the grind. Trench talk, real talk, leave the fake ones behind. We don't fold, we don't break, every move we define. It's the code from the trenches where the real ones align.
Yo, welcome to the 559, the heart of Cali's Central Valley. Out here, it ain't just about the heat. On these streets, it's about survival. Forget palm trees and sunshine. This is where respect is earned, not given. And every block's got a story written in blood and loyalty. And running these blocks with savage loyalty and ruthless ambition is the one and only Fresno Bulldogs gang, BDS FBD F14. These ain't your average street soldiers. These are straight up warriors born and bred in the struggle, barking louder than any other crew in the game. See, in Fresno, you don't just walk the streets, you gotta own them. The Bulldogs got their paws on every corner, every alley, every hood. Whether it's the north side, the west side, or deep in the east, their presence is felt, their name is feared. They roll deep, they roll hard, and they don't back down for nobody. You better bark up the right tree, cause these dogs don't play. Step wrong, and you might just find yourself surrounded by a pack that lives by their own code, loyalty, respect, and never showing weakness. Out here, it's Bulldog territory, and if you ain't down, you better keep it moving. So buckle up, cause we about to take you deep into the savage world of the Fresno Bulldogs, where legends are made, enemies get laid out, and only the strong survive. Let's get it. Back in the 1970s, Fresno was just another city grinding in California's Central Valley, working hard, struggling harder. But behind those city limits, inside the cold concrete walls of the prisons, something real was brewing. A storm was coming, and it was about to change the game forever. Inmates started identifying themselves as F14, F standing for Fresno, and 14 representing the letter N, a nod to the Norteño affiliation. But these weren't your typical Norteños. By the early 1980s, a fierce group of inmates decided they weren't going to ride with the existing gangs no more. They broke off, carving their own savage path, refusing to be tied down by the old rules. They became the Fresno Bulldogs, raw, independent, and deadly. The prison wars of 1984 and 1985, that's when the Bulldogs really made their mark. Blood spilled, alliances shattered, and from that chaos, the Bulldogs earned their name, their fearsome reputation, and most importantly, their independence. No Norteño colors, no Sereno ties. Just Bulldogs, barking loud and proud, ready to defend their turf with savage loyalty. Now, when you see that Bulldog head or the paw print tag, it's more than just Fresno State pride. It's a war banner, a symbol of loyalty and strength. Bulldogs don't just wear Fresno State gear for the style. They wear it like armor, their uniform in the street battles. Their bark is a call sign, a warning to enemies and a signal to brothers. They call each other dog, perro, or ife, words that echo respect and brotherhood in every corner of the 559. Even the university felt the impact. Merch sales blew up because the Bulldogs were repping hard, turning street culture into campus fashion. Out here, when you hear Bulldog calling, you already know what time it is. It's a signal that the pack is out, loyalty runs deep, and the streets belong to those who dare to own them. The Bulldogs? Man, they don't roll with nobody. No Bloods, no Crips, no Norteños, no Serenos, none of that. It's Bulldogs against the world, straight up. They're that lone wolf pack, running their own savage game. No alliances, no handshakes with other crews. You cross their set, you better be ready to face the consequences, because these dogs don't forgive, and they sure as hell don't forget. They're the biggest Hispanic gang in California that's unaffiliated with any larger cartel or network, and that independence makes them even more dangerous. Always at war, whether it's turf wars over corners, drive-by shootings that light up the night, or beefs that run so deep they never seem to die. Sometimes, the violence even spills within their own ranks, because loyalty here is tested in blood and fire. These dogs get their bread from the streets, hustling hard. Marijuana, heroin, meth, you name it, they move it. But it don't stop there. These aren't just street dealers, they're running full-on criminal enterprises. Human trafficking rings, arms dealing, extortion, robbery, assault, and straight-up murder. If it's dirty, if it's illegal, the Bulldogs are in it, grinding for power and profit. One bust that shook the streets, authorities uncovered a 17-year-old Bulldog running a human trafficking ring, forcing young girls into prostitution, moving them from city to city like merchandise. And this kid, packing heat with high-capacity magazines, ready to turn any situation deadly. That's the savage reality these streets hide. Young predators with no mercy, no remorse. Law enforcement's been trying to shut these dogs down for years. Operation Magic, Operation Bulldog, Alpha Dog. Massive crackdowns with thousands of arrests and raids. SWAT teams storming houses, wiretaps catching deals, and yet the Bulldogs keep coming back, stronger and more ruthless than ever. Cops don't mince words about these gang members. They call them animals, the scum of the earth, the worst of the worst. But the Bulldogs, they just keep barking. They don't care about the heat, the raids, or the arrests. For them, it's survival of the fittest, and the pack always finds a way to survive. Step inside the yard, and you're stepping into a whole different kind of war zone. Fresno County Jail and California state prisons ain't no ordinary lockups. They're battlegrounds where the Bulldogs reign supreme as the highest security threat. These dogs don't just serve time, they own the yard, ruling with savage authority and unbreakable will. They've sparked riots that shake the walls, throwing down in brutal gladiator fights that pit Bulldog against Norteño, Bulldog against Sureño. Over 32 prison battles in just 2 years alone, each one bloodier and more savage than the last. Correctional officers don't even try to sugarcoat it. These Bulldogs are the hardest to tame, the most violent, the most unpredictable. They're always ready to throw down, fists flying, weapons drawn, never backing down from a fight. Inside those concrete walls, respect is earned with violence and fear. The Bulldogs move like a pack, enforcing their code with iron fists, making sure everyone knows who's boss. Prison guards walk on eggshells, knowing any spark can ignite a full-scale riot. It's a constant game of survival, and the Bulldogs play it like kings of the jungle. But the heat ain't just inside the prison walls. Outside, the cops ain't sleeping either. From wiretaps that catch secret deals to SWAT raids that hit before dawn, law enforcement is always on the Bulldog's tail. Operation Alpha Dog was one of the biggest crackdowns yet. Over 300 officers, FBI agents, and local law enforcement rolling deep, busting down doors, making arrests by the dozens. They're seizing everything: ghost guns that can't be traced, full auto machine guns ready to spray bullets, pistols with scratched off serial numbers to hide their origins. But here's the savage truth. Every time the cops lock up a Bulldog, another one steps up to fill the void. The pack never dies, it only grows stronger. This is the brutal reality of the Fresno Bulldogs. Inside and outside the prison walls, they're a force that refuses to be broken. And no matter how hard the law hits, these dogs keep barking, fighting, and surviving. That's the savage story of the Fresno Bulldogs, where loyalty is everything and weakness gets eaten alive. Out here, you either run with the pack or get run over. Smash that like, subscribe for more real street stories, and remember, stay sharp, stay safe, and don't mess with the dogs.